Alright, welcome along. My name's Bosh. This is Bosh's Ableton Beginner Bits, and today we are looking at arrangement. I've had quite a few comments about this, people asking me to do a video on arrangement, so I thought I would. Hopefully, I hit the things that you want me to talk about. So I thought the best way to do this would be to put one of my tracks up. I've gone through and kind of separated everything up and labelled everything into roughly what I think it is, each part of it is. And I'm just going to go through it and explain how I've done it. This isn't the rules, this isn't the set way to do things, this is how I like to do things. And I think this way works if you're trying to make something that is potentially like dance floor ready or DJ ready, basically, just because it's pretty uniform in the sections. As I said, this isn't the rules. You can do whatever you want to arrange your music. It's completely up to you. You can do 3, 8, 17 bar sections, you know what I mean? It's completely up to you. This is how I do things because of the way I play my music. The tune that I'm going to do today is more of a dubstep tune than dub. Should probably say that just if anyone's come here like looking for dub arrangement. I would use this same arrangement for making a more Dubwise sort of tune as well. I'd use this for either. So have a watch. The tune's not a dub tune as such. It is a dubstep tune, but have a look and see if you can still take something away from it. Let's get straight into it. This tune's called Sonar. First, I'm just going to play it, and then we'll go through and just have a little look.
I want to talk to all these little
Alright, so that's the tune. Oh, that's the first section of the tune anyway. I'll play you the last section when we get to it. So the first bit is the intro. Let's have a look at the intro, and let's have a little look at the arrangement of the intro as well. So what we've got no drums or anything. This is the drum group, by the way. So we have got drums. We've got some hats. So we've got hats. We've got this effect here. Yeah, and we've got... Now, this is the theme. All I did was copy that backwards and then take out the notes that aren't on the start of a bar, basically. So I've left the note that's on every bar. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've left them in. I took everything else out as a function to build up. So the next part adds the notes in, and then we move on to the drop. We've got the sample here. It is an X-rated sample, I'm sorry.
I want to talk to all these little
That is the sample, and then we've got some like amp noise in the background. And that goes all the way through the tune underneath. So yeah, that's the intro. There's not a lot to it. It's pretty simple. The key to this is that I've taken the theme and reduced it to put earlier on in the tune. That's the best way I can explain it. The one rule that I would try and take away from this video is to not let anything repeat more than 2 times without there being a variation. So if you have a theme like I have, I've got, an 8-bar theme there. I'm only going to let that play twice, so for 16 bars, before I make some kind of change to it. Now, whether it's just a variation at the end of the bar or whether it's changing the whole next section, that's up to you. But I'll kind of demonstrate how I've done that here. So we've got our drop that's starting on bar 17. So the intro is 16 bars long. And then the main theme, I would say it's a good thing to try and do is identify the theme of each section. So the main theme is the bass line. All right, that repeats twice and then something changes. You'll see that's pretty much how I've done the majority of this tune. So let's move on a bit. Let's have a look. So let's see. Just a drum roll. And then we've got drop A again. Yeah. So we've managed to get 4 repetitions out of this bass line without it sounding too boring, without you thinking, oh God, I've heard this already. Like, it changes enough, I think, that I've managed to get away with playing that bass line 4 times in a row and it hasn't started to sound boring. So they are both drop A. Both the same. Both the same. And then we've got the end of drop A, sample again, and then into the melody. So this is what I've labelled as drop B. Now, in drop B, the theme is the melody, because that's the longest part. So this melody, let's have a listen to it. Right, so that doesn't repeat. It sounds similar, but there's a little variation just around this part here. So that's the theme there, which is 16 bars now, is it then? No, 8 bars, 8 bars. This theme's 4, this one's 8. So I've managed to get away with repeating this again by just adding another synth. So drop B is the second theme over the top of the first one, and then drop B.5 is the second theme on top of the first, but there's a second instrument playing the second theme. I hope I'm explaining this in a way that makes sense. But look, I mean, really, just looking at this, you should try to kind of be able to see what's going on. Here, I've gone from drop B.5 back to drop A. So again, this isn't really drop A completely the same, because this effect I've changed slightly. It's only slight, but listen to this. All right, so that's the new effect. And then the older one, the first one. So I've created drop A.5 by changing the effect, not the theme itself. So that's something you can do, is if you want to get away with playing a section again later on, play it again, but change something else. So change your hats, change your drums, change your little background sounds, whatever it is like that. So again, I've got away with playing that twice here because we've got another drum roll. And that drum roll is different from the first one, bear in mind as well. That's right. So we've got the breakdown now, and the breakdown is just the melodic theme without the drums and the bass. That goes...
Well, my name is Sweet Pussy Pauline, and I got a story that I want to share with you this evening.
Yeah, so you can see here we've got drop C, and it kind of does the same thing again. We kind of go through the same cycle as the A and the B, but we'd now go in drop C.5. For drop C.5, I've just opened the filter and added the effects back in here. Drop C plus B is the first drop C with the melody. Drop C and B.5 is the same again. It's the doubled up melody and the opened up warp on the filter. No. So because I've got the melody line in, I haven't opened up the filter on the warp as much. So I've left that the same. So I only needed to open up the filter when I needed variation on the same thing. Like I didn't have anything else to add for variation. So that's why I changed the bass line. And then here, the bass line stays the same across these two, drop C and B and then C and B.5. But we've got the synth to fill that gap. And then back to drop A again for the end. And that's it, and it ends there. Drop A twice, same thing. Drum roll here to change it up. A little bit of less effects here. What else have I done? A little drum roll at the end. That's it, really. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know what more I can say about arrangement, apart from as you're making your tune, I would definitely use the labels that you can get on Ableton at the top there. All you need to do is go to just under the numbers here where the speaker pops up, right click, add locator, and then you can change the name of that locator. And that's all I've done there. Oh, there we go, number 1, and then you can just change it. Oh, we don't need to add that in there. So that's how you use those. I would definitely use those because visually it's just easier to see where things are. If I know exactly, I want to go to that bit where there's bass line but there's no synth in it, I can just know, right, it's drop A sound. And then, man, what can I really say about it? Never let any theme repeat more than 2 times without variation. Always try and do something to bring you into the next bar. So a lot of these I've got drum rolls, so if you can put in a fill or a little FX sweep or something like that, just to sort of transition you into the next bar, because just having the next bar with something that changes without any kind of build up to that change can be quite jarring when you're listening to it. Sort of brings you out of the music a bit because you just hear this sudden change. You'll notice all music's got some kind of transitions between it. And I think that's it. I hope I've explained what people wanted explaining. Make sections, make your tune into sections. Make a section, whether you add or take something, label it as a different one, and then you can reuse them later on. That's it. I'm just repeating myself now, so I'm going to leave it there. My name is Bosh. This has been Bosh's Ableton Beginner Bits. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. I'll reply to everyone's comments. It is much appreciated. The channel is growing, which is brilliant. And it just makes me want to make more videos for you guys if you guys comment and suggest stuff. So it's a win-win for everyone. I'm out. I'm going to keep waffling. Ciao.